Hi, angels. I'm Miss Quiet Queen, and you're now tuned in to the Quiet Queen Project. Well, welcome back to my channel, and I want to thank everybody, first of all, for um, returning to my channel. I want to thank all of my old subscribers for hanging in there with me, and thank you for my new subscribers. And I even thank the naysayers because you help grow this channel too. So, thank you. Let's talk about Mother Earth. Let's talk about um, the Rams. Y'all know I'm a gatekeeper for Mother Earth. I mean, it's just who I am, and there are those who know who I am and know that that's one of my duties. I'm going to this video is going to be a whopper because I think I'm about ready to reveal some things about me and what is going on a spiritual level. I really don't want to because there are energies and there are groups of people trying to throw daggers, I shouldn't say daggers, spiritual daggers, so to speak, trying to prevent me from doing things. And I really don't like to talk about the things that you really shouldn't talk about the things that you don't want to happen in your life because that's exactly where your attention is going to go. You know what I mean? Your energy goes to where your attention flows, or vice versa, something like that. You know what I mean? But being a spiritualist and a teacher, it's hard for me not to do that because I'm trying to relate with all of you. I have been receiving some email from some of you, and you're talking about, you're fearful. You're seeing things. You know the veil is thinning. You're seeing shadows. You're hearing bumps. You're feeling vibrations. I am too. Yes, I can feel the vibrations just like, and every time I feel it, sometimes I get a download immediately of what that bump or that vibration is. And I will just say this though, some of the vibrations that you're feeling is the war that's going on in the middle of the earth. Don't think for one moment, angels, that the only wars are the wars that we have here on uh, on the surface, and that we have between um, countries, because there are a lot of wars that are going on right now. The main wars, the most important wars, are the spiritual wars. These are the wars that the powers that want to be um, don't want you to know about. They want to fight you in these spiritual wars without you knowing that there's a fight, because they're cowards and they're evil and they're selfish, and they have that service to me attitude. Um, these are some of the families, y'all know what I'm talking about, that feel this way. Little do they know, or maybe they do, that they're being used too. And the bottom line is love is going to conquer, and the true chosen will be erected. But anyway, you will be feeling certain things more and more. You're going to see it more and more. I see it and feel it so much, it's almost annoying. And I have to recognize that most of the times what I'm feeling is not something that's coming after me. It is just literally the veil is thinning and you're going to feel stuff. Um, they don't want you to know because there's power in knowledge. You know, knowledge is power, right? So in order to keep you um, docile mentally, they ram down the church, and they talk about being saved, and Jesus died on the cross for your sins and all of this kind of stuff. Look, let me tell y'all something, because I know I'm working with somebody right now, and I know they believe that I don't believe in Jesus. Truth of the matter is, I do believe in Jesus. I don't believe his name was Jesus. I don't think Jay's was invented back then. But this person that we're calling Jesus, I do believe in him. Wholeheartedly, I believe in him. I just don't believe in him in the way most Christians believe in him. So y'all don't need to be putting any more comments down in my comment section, because I do believe in Jesus Christ. I don't believe in getting on my knees and praying to him, and neither did he. But this is what the powers that be want you and I to know. There are so many videos out there on YouTube about why people should not, why Christianity really is not a religion that you should be following or studying. I know I'm probably pissing some of y'all off, but the truth is a lie, and we don't have a lot of time. We're already living on borrowed time as it is. Okay, so what's happening is stuff is starting to come up. You're starting to hear people talk more and more about reptilians, more and more about being visited by extraterrestrials and that they're here right now. You're starting to hear more and more about people being more clairvoyant. And my husband has been shocking me all day. He just scared me again. Thank you. Love you too. And anyway, so you're going to start to hear more and more things about stuff that will be considered taboo. Okay, I am sent here for a reason. Many of you have been too. And what I was saying, and I'm going to talk to you about Gaia Earth and the realms of existence. But I want to tell you that something else first. Hold on, let me get this up here. Okay. All right. I want to go back to what I was saying. I don't like to say certain things because I don't want to, like, I'm, claiming it. But the truth of the matter is, since I've been doing YouTube videos and explaining the truth about spirituality and my eclectic spiritual beliefs, I have been attacked. I have been attacked several times by several different groups and individuals, human and non-human, and they want me to shut up. They try to go and they try to dream jump into my dreams. They've gotten exonerated, if that makes sense. Was that the right word I'm looking for? They disappeared. In other words, I handle my business. Don't jump in my dreams because I will kill you. I will kill you. And you don't have that many times to keep having an astral life. You can fight in an astral realm and you could destroy a person, but it's harder to destroy someone permanently on the astral realm. But you can really damage them over and over and over again. And each time they try to dream jump, they get hurt. And this is why they don't do it anymore. This is why Smelly don't do it anymore. And I'm starting to, I've got a download about Smelly Goat, because I don't know if I told y'all this, but November 1st, this past year, I called him on the phone. He still has the same phone number, and I called him. I'm not going to tell you what I said or what the conversation was. I was the only one doing the talking, but I got that he is not trying to hurt me. He was hired by someone to find out something, because he was the scientist assigned to my birth. Because some of us we have very, very strong powers. And you watching this video right now, you have a very, very strong power. Why else would you be here? What brought you to my channel? There's a reason why you need to hear these words. Even if you still believe that you are a staunch Christian, there's a reason why you are listening to these words, why your spirit team wanted you to come to this channel specifically. So this person, I call him Smelly Goat. I don't want to call his real name. He was a very well-known professor in Michigan. He's traveled all over the world. He's a philosopher. And I thought we were dating. But come to find out, this man was actually the scientist that was assigned to my birth, because the powers that want to be, we used to call them the powers that be, but they're losing their power. They can tap into grids and timelines and change stuff. And I know they were doing it, because the whole time I was in a relationship with him, I used to say, damn, I'm having deja vu. And he would do like this. What do you mean? No, you're not. No, you're not. And I thought about it. Why does he keep browbeating me and telling me I'm not having deja vu. This is not, that's because they were actually changing some things going on in my life. I was supposed to have been a millionaire at least twice by now. Yeah, I was supposed to have been a millionaire at least twice by. I was supposed to already have my master's degree. Um, a lot of different things, and they're changing it, and they're hurting me. They had me at one point, part of me, not my whole soul, because none of us are, our souls aren't in one spot. Don't think that. Don't think your entire soul, your entire existence is in this shell, because it's not. It's too much. Okay, so pieces of you come down, and that's why you have memory loss when you incarnate into this physical world. But he was one of the ones that was supposed to stick by me and what do you call it? Blip me or bleep me. What's it called? It's called blip or bleep, or make you forget stuff. And if that didn't work, he was supposed to destroy me. He was supposed to kill me. He tried, but it didn't work. I heard the conversation he was having with his superiors, the ones that's really evil, because he's really not that evil. He said he's a devil. He told me face to face, I am a devil, but I'm not the devil. So in other words, you're one of the minions of one of the head honchos. So it didn't work. I heard this conversation, and they told him, Smelly Goat, she's a lot stronger than we thought. I hear this all the time. I hear their conversations. He taps into me too and tries to listen to my conversations and change things of what I'm going to do. And sometimes, and I heard someone send me an email, and she said the same thing, that she wanted to lose weight, and she heard them say, oh no, we can't let her do that. We can't let her do that. Why? Because when you lose weight, when you are weighing properly, they can't really find you on the grid. It's harder. I won't say that they can't, but it's more difficult. You're harder to find. So do not weigh other than yourself. A fat person is other than themselves. That's why they're pushing the overweight agenda and Dove, and there's some big top wigs behind that Dove commercial. I'm not saying that people shouldn't feel confident in themselves no matter what they look. I'm overweight right now, but I am not going to fall into that trick of, it's nothing wrong with being overweight. This is who I am, and I love who I am. Yes, love who you are, but lose some weight, because that's not healthy. It's not healthy physically, and it's not healthy spiritually. Okay, I'm telling y'all what I know. Take advantage of this, of being able to go to YouTube and listen to spiritualists. Take advantage of the technology right now. Study, 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 study. And stop relying on technology. You new schoolers, y'all get on my nerves. I love y'all, babies. But listen, please listen to me right now. I'm begging you. Write stuff down. Even as I'm speaking to you, write it down. When you wake up and you had a dream, write it down. Don't put it on your computer. Don't do that, because it's going to come a time, mark my words, it's coming, where you're not going to be able to turn on your phone, your TV, your car won't start, the batteries in your flashlight will not work, your lighter, anything that needs a friction or some type of electric, some type of current, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You need to learn how to make fire rubbing two sticks together and light your candle and read your book that you have written in. Start writing stuff. Okay, because they can take all that technology away. They can make it, they can erase it just like that. But they cannot erase what is on physical paper and original paper. You want to know what original paper is? Your brain. If you concentrate and study and try to memorize everything that you learned in spirituality, they can't take that from you. Now, they can try to use the MK Ultra. If there used to be a time where nobody was able to penetrate your thoughts, at least not well, but now it's happening on a regular basis. So the best bet is to write stuff down and hide it. Write it down in more than one place. Okay? This is going to be a doozy. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right. There are, and I know I talked about this before, there are several planes of existence. There are seven. You know what? They say that there are five planes. Then I heard there are seven planes. Then I heard there are 12 planes. There are a lot of planes of heaven. Lots of them. So many. We don't even know them all. Um, I think it's about 12. It might be more, but I mean it's infinite. Okay. The first one y'all already know we're living in, and it's the physical plane, right? The physical plane. And I am looking at notes, you guys, too, because I have so much to tell y'all. But the physical plane is very dense, and it's slow and vibrating. It's a slow matter and vibrating. Okay, but it's very very important. Then you have the astral realm. But before we talk about the astral realm to other realms, we have to understand that there are also realms called the quantum realms. What are the quantum realms? The quantum realms are realms that are the worlds in between worlds. It's like a buffer. It's like a padding. It's like something to ease the transition. Now, when you pass away, um, it's a buffer zone. When you're about to pass away, um, you're supposed to be aware of your surroundings. You're supposed to be aware of the spiritual realm and the astral realm and all of its beauty. But sometimes people don't know that. Our thoughts and our feelings, we anticipate other things. Okay. And the reason why is because they are playing with the timeline. They're playing with your spiritual timeline. They're playing with mine. They are messing around with the grid. They're trying to make you forget things. They just don't want us to know the truth. They don't want anybody to know the truth, especially melanated people. Now, to all of my people who are not melanated, please do not feel offended by anything that Miss Quiet Queen is saying. I would never, ever say anything to disrespect either of you, any of you. I would never do that. It is not my goal to hurt anybody's feelings. It is not my goal to tear you down. It is my goal to tell the truth. I'm not going to come before this camera if I don't have something important to say, and if it's not the truth. If it is not the truth or the truth as I know or what I believe to be the truth, I'm not going to speak on it. I will not come before you. But the reality is that this world and the powers that want to be have created an illusion of racism because they know that there is power in melanin and there's power in the mitochondrial. Just pay attention in the mitochondrial gene. Pay attention to how black women are being treated all over the world, especially in the United States. Because there's some bad women here in the United States, and they know that. That's why specifically we are targeted and hurt the most. Okay? That's why they have erected channels of black men putting down black women. I believe that some of them are shape-shift into melanated beings um, for a variety of reasons. I don't want to get off the subject. Y'all know I can go off on a tangent. But we'll go and talk about racial spirituality in another time. But right now, I want to go ahead and finish talking about the spiritual realms, and the realms between realms are called the buffering. Okay, those are buffer realms. I'm sorry, the proper name is buffer zones. Those are buffer zones. So when you pass away, your body, um, um, when it lies to rest, you leave your body and you're still somewhat attached to your physical. So you go through the buffering zone just before you get to the astral realm, because that's where most people that pass away reside, on the astral realm, and they stay on those realms for a little while. Okay, they stay on those realms for a little while, and it's sort of like a schooling process, you know. Okay, I was reading some notes. Um, And some people, when they pass away, they don't know that they're dead. So they do that. They go there. And also, so though when some people recognize that they have passed away, it gives them the opportunity to go back to the living, see their face, say goodbye. I am so upset with myself because when my brother passed away, my brother was hanged. They say he hanged himself, but I don't believe that shit. Not for a minute. He came back to see me not too long after he passed on. When your loved ones pass away, they stick around for a while. Sometimes they stay if they feel like they need you or you need them or whatever. But ordinarily, the rule of thumb is stay for a little while, completely shed yourself from your physical body, tie up any loose ends, and go on to your next phase of life. Okay? Because death is just the beginning of life, another type of life, right? It's sort of like the buffering zone is sort of like, have you guys ever heard of when you go diving into the ocean and you go way, like if you in the what's that? What's the military that stays on water? The sailors. What is that? I forgot. The Navy. Like the Navy people, they go in their submarines and they go way, 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 way down to the depths of the water, like tens of thousands of feet. What do you think happens when your body goes down there and you're ready to come back up? I forgot the name of it. Decompression or something like that. You can't just come straight up. You have to gradually come straight up or else you'll die. Okay? Because your body went through some changes it has never been through and it's not used to. So you got to get it back. That's the same way with when you die. It's a shock. Because now all of a sudden your soul remembers things that it didn't before, and you're like, whoa, what is going on? You don't want to scare you. Now, having said that, soul hijacking. Oh, wait a minute. Should I tell you about the soul hijacking? Let me finish telling you the realms. No, I'm not. I'll tell you about the soul hijacking. The powers that want to be learn how to put fear in mankind about the truth of the 7 heavenly realms and more, and about the astral traveling. Because when we die, like I said, we should be aware of everything in our surroundings. And when you're not, because they put so much fear in you while you were living, you're standing around shocked, so to speak, for lack of a better word, not really knowing where to go. So that energy that is meant for you to go on to the godly realms is being hijacked by beings that want what we have. It's a whole lot that's going on. It's a lot that melanated people have that people who are not melanated want because they want to be one of the chosen. My thing is, why don't you just ask? Stop trying to harvest people's organs and melanin and things like that. That's another video for another time. Y'all know, the more I do these videos, the more I go off on a tangent and I can't stay on subject, so please forgive me. But however, everything that I'm saying needs to be said, whether I get off subject or not. Moving on. Next, after the physical plane, as you all know, is the astral plane. Let me read to you a little bit of the astral plane. It's the second plane. It usually is the destination, like I said, of people who pass over, and it's the destination when you go to sleep at night. Most of the time, when you fall asleep at night and you are dreaming, that's the plane you're on, the astral plane. It is an astral plane that exists. It is also the source of emotion and feeling. Okay, so that's where you go for emotional and feeling is the astral plane. And then after the astral plane comes what, angels? You remember? The what zone? The buffer zone. Right, there's a buffer zone between each plane. Okay? Now, the causal plane is the third of the lower worlds. Okay? So you have 7 worlds, say for example. I'm just only going to say 7, but there's more. And then the 3 lowest ones are the physical plane, the astral plane, and the causal plane. Now, the causal plane is the source of where all your memories are. If you want to know what your past lives are, if you want to know what happened to you when you was little, you knew something happened, but you lost the memory. A lot of times when we go through traumatic events as a child, myself included, I can bear witness, we forget until something happened that jogs our memory. A lot of times it is because your spirit or your higher self has allowed your lower self to visit the causal plane. The causal plane is where the memories are held. It holds complete records of your past, everybody's past memories and thoughts. Okay? The causal plane is a place of like a hall of records. Like a dreamer may ask, you know, never mind, I ain't gonna get into that. But anyway, after that comes what? After the causal plane, there's another little existence. What's it called? Yes, the buffer zone. Another buffer zone. Because although you pass the physical plane, you're in the astral. You went to the buffer zone, then you went to the astral plane, then you went to another buffer zone, then you went to causal plane, then another buffer. You can say, well, I already know it's shocking because I learned from the first one. Yeah, but each plane is more greater and vivid than the next. And it's like, let me draw what the planes may look like to you. If we were to, where's my favorite pen? Oh, here it is. Okay, so we would write like circles. Here's a plane. Okay, that's an existence. That's the physical plane. The astral plane, the causal plane, etheric plane. This is what it looks like. Okay, now you see where the rings touch? You see where they interlock? Okay, let's go down here. Physical plane right here. And then you go up to the astral plane. It's the astral. But then there's part of the astral touching the physical plane. That's the buffer zone. Part of the causal plane is touching the astral plane. That's the buffer zone. That's the zone where you go to ease it in. Ease yourself into that. Okay? All right, so let's keep going. So after the next buffer zone, the buffer zone after the causal plane, it comes the mental plane. Now our fourth stop, that's the fourth stop. Okay, the mental plane is home to billions of souls. Billions of souls. And some of these souls they're not all that nice. Just because you're in the heavenly realms doesn't mean you're of good. Okay? It is their base of operations. As it may appear, there are a few travelers who go to the mental plane from Earth. Okay, very seldom. All right. The inhabitants, the people that are on, the souls that are on the mental plane, are usually very high in mental development. Folks like Jesus Christ, Moses, Lady Magdalene. Yeah, that was Jesus' wife. Yes, Jesus was married. Yes, Jesus was melanated. Yes, Jesus knew magic. Jesus knew the power of the name. He knew the 72 names of God. He knew how to part the sea. He knew how to walk on water. Y'all say it in your Bibles every day. Jesus walked on water. Jesus turned water into wine. But how come when we talk about it as spiritualists, you don't believe it? Anyway, so after the mental plane, there is another buffer zone. Then you get to the etheric plane, which is the fifth one. Now, the etheric plane lies just beyond the mental worlds, and it's one of the highest. It's going up higher, in the astral. Astral planes. Okay. Okay, I do want to tell you this. Each plane of existence. Astral, casual, etheric, mental. They all have a word of power. Did y'all know that? When you're traveling to these different worlds, these different realms, you have to know the word of power to access it. You can get into them in different ways. You can go through your Akashic, and you have to get to your Akashic a different way. To get to any of these planes, you do have to pass a test. That's why I kind of like video games. I don't play video games, but I don't mind watching some of them, because you have to fight off certain battles. You have to fight certain battles in order to beat the game. Am I right? Well, basically, that's what it is with going to the astral realms and things like that. You're going to meet your, not mine, not Miss Quiet Queen, your demons. You're going to meet your demons, the things that your dark side, the things that petrify you the most. You're going to meet those things. There are challenges. Why? Why do we need to go through these challenges, Queen? Why do we need to do this to go in the astral realm? And I mean, God is good. God is love. Yes, God is good. God is love. But do you know that when Source created the universe and created all that it created, it was painful. I received a download that it was a very painful experience. That's why when women have babies, it hurts. It's painful. But when you go through things and you suffer, that's when you receive your blessings. I don't know why it's like that. But if you're going through this life and you want to astral travel and you want to learn yourself spiritually, you're going to have to suffer. My mother used to tell me, how can you respect riches unless you've known poverty? And I thought that was deep. And you can use that same concept in anything. How you expect to be well knowledge in spirituality, in your own spirituality, if you're not willing to put in the work? You just want to go to channels like mine and get the answers. Oh, that's it. No, you really have to work the work. Don't just take my word for it. Pretend like I'm a liar. Go find out yourself. Go meditate. Okay? Yeah. So that's about all I'm going to say right now about those realms. I would like to say this though. They have, those that have tried to stop me, from doing whatever it is that oh no. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I forgot about something. Anyway, I am going to shut this video down and start back up and do a part 2. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I will get right back to you. Okay? See you. Stay in the light.